Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Thank you very much for being here, being a part of the channel. Just to let you know, this is a weekly reading, and this is falling in that time frame directly after the full moon on May 31st. And that full moon was significant because it was the second full moon that we had in May, which then designates that as a rare blue moon. It also fell in the sign of Sagittarius. We are in the sun sign Gemini, and when the moon is full in Sagittarius, that creates an opposition. Those two signs are opposing each other. And so you could feel this opposing energy where there is just a difference of ideas. There's a difference of a conflict of interest. There's just opposing energy. You could also feel a very significant theme. What Sagittarius kind of represents is truth and freedom. And you also could be feeling culminations, things coming to an end, things completing, things ending, and that way something new can begin. Excuse me. Let's get started. I've got your oracle cards here. Priestess of Light. Priestess of Light oracle cards. We're going to choose just one for you, Virgo. And this will just kind of highlight our reading. So for the sign of Virgo, oracle card. Twin flames. Soul partner. Eternal connection. That is lovely. This is card number 16, that beautiful tiger, this light coming down. You could be really feeling this week like you are where you're supposed to be in a relationship, whether that's with a best friend, whether that's with a soulmate, lover, partner, marriage person. You just could be feeling like I'm where I'm supposed to be. My soul partner, my eternal connection, this is my person. Twin flames. Card number 16 adds up to the number 7. And in numerology, the card, or number 7, is about withdrawal and contemplation and metaphysics. So if any of those themes are special for you, that's that card there. I've got When Women Had Wings. We're going to do a very short reading, but powerful. So it's a weekly energy. Remember, you can take it or leave it. If it doesn't fit you, do not sit here and try to make it fit your life. You can just skip and come back next week. So Virgo, what does Virgo need to know? What does Virgo need to know? That's what we're looking for first. Two of Swords. You need to know what to do. You need to determine a direction. You're feeling at a crossroads. You feel like it may be confused. You feel like I have to make up my mind. I have this indecision in my life, and I'm so sick and tired of being indecisive that I need to make a decision. And Two of Swords is interesting because the person in this card is blindfolded, but they're not without means to take that blindfold off. So a lot of times this card is denoted as willful blindness. It's where I'm just choosing not to see which way to go. I know which way that I want to go, but I also know that whatever decision that I make, there's going to be consequences. And I think that is a lot of times what keeps people frozen. It's not the decision, it's the consequence or the possible unknown consequences that, yeah, I have option A and option B. Option A is going to have X, Y, Z. Option B is going to have X, Y, Z. And so I don't know what all the consequences are going to be. You never really know how something is going to be until you get in it. And then you start to discover, it really strikes me as I'm going to leave this job and I'm going to get a new job. Well, you're still bringing yourself with you to that new job. And when you get to that new job, it's going to have its own set of bullshit, just like the job that you left. There was bullshit, and that's probably why you wanted to leave. But this job is going to have its own kind of bullshit. So it's a matter of accepting the choice that you make. So I have to make a choice. I have indecision, and I'm afraid that I'm going to choose. This is what I'm interpreting. I'm afraid that if I choose the way, I'm going to regret it. And I'm going to wish that I would have chosen that way. And that's what I think we're so afraid of. And that's why I think we get frozen. And that's why I think we put a blindfold on our eyes, because we don't want to see that we have to make a choice. We don't want to see the consequences. We don't want to see, etc. So what you need to do, long story short, Virgo, sorry for the tangent, but I think it felt right to say, I think you need to make a choice. I think you need to buckle down, make that choice, and make the decision in your heart that I know this choice is going to have consequences, and I'm going to be able to roll with the punches no matter what. I'm strong enough. I've been through enough things, and I'm going to get through it. And it's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be up to me how I'm going to process this choice, this decision. What do you need to do, Virgo? This is what you need to know. You need to know that there is indecision and that there is a choice to be made. So what do you need to do? Virgo, what do you need to do? The moon. This is interesting because the moon is a very emotional, watery sign. It really goes to Pisces and Cancer, and it is about mystery and illusion and sometimes secrets, sometimes things being kept behind the scenes on purpose. And this is interesting because this is what you need to do. What you need to do is, and it's going to tie back into this, is maybe keep everything that you're feeling, your emotions, your moon energy, keep that to yourself right now. This isn't something, whatever it is you're deciding or determining or thinking about to go in two different directions. It's not for public consumption. It's in the moon energy right now. So what you need to do is you need to keep it a secret. It doesn't mean maybe not tell your trusted cabinet of special people in your life, but public consumption, like everybody that you talk to and they say, hey, Virgo, how are you doing? What's new? And you start going, well, I've got 2 different paths I could take and yada, yada, yada. You start going down, and generally when people are listening to that, they become confused. Or they might offer a solution, or they might offer a suggestion, and then it just gets you more twisted up. And so maybe just keeping things to yourself right now. It doesn't mean for you to never ever let it go, but right now you're emotionally trying to determine how to deal with your 2 different directions. What do you need to release? What does Virgo need to release? The 8 of Swords. Overthinking. That's what you need to release. And that's like Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising. So I relate to a lot of Virgo readings. My rising sign, Virgo, I understand. I mean, overthinking, it's my specialty. That's what I'm good at. That's what I do best at. I think about everything under the sun. And 8 of Swords it's an imprisonment of your own thoughts. It is putting yourself in jail. It's interesting to me that you started and finished with these 2 cards where you're blindfolded. You're choosing not to see In this instance, the decision to make. In this instance, you're choosing not to see peace and a peaceful way of thinking. You're choosing instead to entrap yourself in a prison of your own thoughts. This is imprisonment of your own thinking, putting yourself into a jail that you created with your thoughts. And God, I relate to this. This is what you need to release. Now, let me speak from experience and from personal understanding that that is easier said than done. You know, when you tell somebody, just stop overthinking. Oh, okay, easy for you to say. I happen to be a professional overthinker and an analyzer of everything. And so when you say I shouldn't do that and I should just let it go, okay, well, I'm working on it. But this is what you need to release is the ability of yourself to put yourself in your own prison of thoughts. And so I guess what I've experienced that works for me is to put myself in nature, to go for a walk, to physically let things out. Because if I stay like in the house, on the couch, or if I'm in bed and I'm trying to sleep and all I can do is overthink, I need to do something else to get out of all those thoughts. So if you've got special tips and tricks for how you get out of your own mind, please share. I would be really grateful. But this is your reading, Virgo. I hope it helps. Please remember to never make it fit if it's not your reading. And Spicy Sunflower Tarot, I am on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. And your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares, your comments, very welcome, very appreciated. Thank you. Be blessed and be well.